Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you a really great strategy. I'm going to show you how you can find an agency's spend. You're going to be able to track when they spend the bulk of their money by quarter, by year, or by month. The idea is you're going to be able to set up your pipeline. So my first step is to find my field within the purchase order that I want to use. Since I'm going to be looking for an agency directly, I'm going to find the agency name. Now you'll see that it defaults to contains, and what contains allows you to do is to type the information directly into the search bar, whatever it is that you're trying to find. If you don't know the agency's direct name, exactly how it's written, then your best bet is to select the list because this is now going to list all of the agencies and you can peruse the list and just select a checkbox of the agency you're trying to track. Or you can use the search bar. So in this case, I'm going to be looking for the city of Boston. So I'm going to type in Boston. You'll see now that what it retrieves is all of the agencies that have the word Boston in their name. And since I want to look for the city of Boston, then I just go ahead and click on that. And now my results are specifically only for that agency. So step one, great. Now the next step is for me to then identify the spend. So I'm going to go to the spend tab. You'll see that currently the total spend is over $13 billion. So to view the results, I'm going to click on spend. Now within this tab, I'm going to scroll down here a little bit so you can get a better view. Now what it's going to show are the highest months, the lowest months, and then also the graphical view. So the highest months are going to appear on the left side of the screen. Initially, it's shown by total dollar amount, and then beneath that is by total number of purchase orders. The same on the right side, which now is going to show the smallest, again by dollar amount and then the total number of purchase orders. Based on their trends, you're going to see this by month. However, since I want to find my best time of the year to get in contact with them, I'm going to change the month and I'm going to select by quarter. Again, you can select month, quarter, or year, whichever one you prefer. By quarter, now I'm able to see that they are most actively buying in quarter two and quarter three. However, their smallest months are in quarter four. So if I want to be more successful in getting in contact with this client, let's say I'm not yet registered to do business with them, I'm not yet on their bid list, and I want to have time to be able to do that, I know that I can use the end of the year because they're least active in the last quarter of the year. So I'm going to use that portion of time to get myself ready. And then come the beginning of the year, quarter two or quarter three, then I'm already in a place where I can be better prepared to go after that business. Additional information provided within this screen, I'm going to scroll down. You're also going to be able to see it by total spend. It gives us the information by quarter because that's what I've selected. You can hover over these and you're able to see that information. You're going to note that the chart begins at 2008 and that's because we begin collecting information within that time period. You can change that. If you only want to see information between a particular time period, then you can add a rule to your search and select a timeline. Within our system, anything that has a gear widget performs a function. When you click on that, now you're going to have an option of how else you can go ahead and draft this report. So you can select it to be a histogram, pie, whatever one you want. And you could also choose it to be in different, so if you want to go by sum or the minimum or the average, whatever that is. And then scroll now further. And now you're able to see the total line items. So again, this tab tabulates it in two different ways, by total dollar amount spent or also by the total number of purchase orders produced. So the same happens. You're going to be able to scroll through this and just kind of hover over these points and you're able to see what that equates to. And then you can also click the gear widget, select different ways of being able to create your chart. And then here at the bottom, again, it begins collecting information from 2008. Okay, so now that you're armed with this information, go ahead and save it. I'm going to scroll here to the top of the screen. I'm going to show you how you can create a saved search so that when the system has information that matches your search criteria, it's going to send you a notification. So I'm going to scroll here to the top of the screen. I'm going to click Save. You can have as many saved searches as you want. In fact, there's a video that talks about this specifically, so if you haven't watched it, I encourage you to do so. Okay, since you're going to have as many saved searches as you want, I recommend that you keep them really well organized. In this case, I'm going to name it my spend trend. And because it's for the city of Boston, I'm going to name that. You can name it whatever you want. Essentially, this is yours. So you can create as many saved searches and create tags. Now, there's also a video that talks about tags. Tags is a really cool tool to help you to get organized. And in this case, because I don't have any already pre-selected, when I click on that tag, you're going to get this menu at the bottom. Those are things that we provide for you. You can either tag it by competitors or by your own company or your products that you sell, or you can create your own. In this case, I want to be able to say this is a spend trend, and I want to say this is my clients and when they are less active by month. So I'm going to name it my clients. Again, you can name it whatever you want. And keep in mind that tags also become filters. So essentially, you're going to be able to create your own filters. And then, okay, so my less active in quarter four. And then I'm going to save it. And now that's saved, I can now go into my saved searches and retrieve that. You see that it has a green bar. It's going to now show you that it's already been saved, and the system will send you notifications each time that a purchase order that comes into the system that matches your search criteria. Okay, that's it. So I encourage you to give this a go. You can create strategies throughout. We have other videos to talk about strategies. If you need us, we're always here to help you. So feel free to get in contact with us. We could be reached at 888-998-6348, or you can email us directly at support@smartprocure.us.